Alright everyone, it is me, Johnson Chan. You might notice that the lighting is a little different right now, and that's because it kind of occurred to me that maybe not using my desk lamp and therefore having lower lighting is not so good. So, I'm trying to just figure out ways to, make improvements here and there. It's the small little details that actually matter. I mean, yeah, big details matter, but, those don't really come that often, Get shareable link. So, yeah. And over the weekend, I finally kind of somewhat figured out, okay, because the Twitter shadow banning stuff is just been a huge plague for me for many, many years, specifically since March 2017 when, Twitter changed their algorithms. So, long story short, I kind of figured out a possible way to get out of it. And so far it's actually working pretty well. But I got a lot of work ahead of me, that's for sure. So I don't know why this didn't refresh. So let me make sure we get these things. So long story short, now that Twitter sucks, I pretty much have to, interact and tweet out and whatever, pandering type of accounts, conning type of accounts, safe accounts, and really the only one that I can just really stand really is just Mike Cerner. But I didn't realize I would have trouble ever pronouncing his name. Mike Cernovich's Twitter timeline, because at least he's still really good at curating news. In fact, that's why he's such a big influence. I'm also kind of shocked that he's actually pro-vaccine. I think he took it, and he said most of his friends took it, and he also says all that stuff about depopulation, and I don't know if he said the side effects are. No, he didn't say anything about the side effects. He just says the depopulation agenda is not real because it's illogical. And I've come to the same conclusion too, but the problem is that makes a very fatal assumption. You're making the fatal assumption that the elites pretty much want to maximize the number of dollars they can get from their slaves, which is you and me. But there's a problem with that. What happens when the slaves outnumber you 1,000,000 to 1? 10,000,000 to 1, right? Remember, the elites the globalists are only 10 to 30,000 people in the world. The world population is 7 billion. What do you think is going to happen? All right. Remember, the tribals fear. What's the number one fear that they have? Right? The fear of the people, the fear of the mob. We outnumber them. That's why they want to depopulate everything. That's why they're going crazy with the technology and AI and full robot automation because they need to replace us and whittle down the population. Of course, I'm not going to get in an argument with Mike. I actually never get into arguments with anybody because obviously that's just never going to work. But anyway, I was down to 30,808 before I started this thing, and I managed to, so far, actually push up to plus 18. So, the real reason, bro, every day is a dip. What the fuck? Hey, Maxie. Yeah, I mean... Oh yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. I just want to finish this point and then we'll get to the crypto shit. But yeah, Keon, the one I actually tweeted this out, I guess Saturday, right? When he put his video on Greg Mannarino's channel. Yeah, he actually said that this month he's expecting cryptocurrencies to have at least one more pullback, which I really hope doesn't happen. And also the Federal Reserve is speaking tomorrow and Wednesday, and then they're gonna quote unquote reveal their decision. This always happens whenever it's Federal Reserve Week, FOMC, right? And then everyone just sells off and then just goes away. I'll show you the proof in just a second, but let me just make sure I fix this real quick. I want to go to not my Social Blade YouTube. I'm going to go to my Twitter here. I kind of forgot. What was my point of doing this. Yeah, it's kind of weird. My account's considered a B-, and Mike Cerner's Twitter is considered a B+. But he's obviously way further ahead of me, so I don't know why the ranking grade is, not as generous. Okay, so they're still updating the numbers. And then it actually now occurred to me, because I know for a fact that on Saturday, or it was really Friday, that Twitter was actually banning a bunch of Groyper accounts, anyone associated with Nick Fuentes. So It actually now occurred to me that the reason why I had these spikes of negative followers is, all these years, I always just thought they were just, I don't know, removing my followers and like auto unfollow. But I actually think it was Twitter actually banning all those accounts and removing them from the platform. It's kind of like when I think of it that way, then it becomes like, my God, it's like digital massacres, man. Like you're just putting up a bunch of people up against the wall and having them shot. It's like, it's kind of grim. It's like, my God. So, because remember when they started doing the mass bannings of QAnon accounts, I think it was around December and January, all right, last year. Mike Cernovich lost about 200,000 followers or something like that. I just know he went from like 805K to like 650K. Oh, okay, so that's a minus 150K. I went from like 43,000 to like 33,000, 34,000 ultimately. So. But yeah, the good news is I for now have figured out how to get around my ban. So you'll notice that I've been just tweeting out like freaking crazy because I just simply quote retweet whatever Mike Cernovich retweets on his timeline, and that works out pretty well. And sometimes I do reply F word too if I really like it. And I am proud to say that Thomas Massey did like. Oh man, is my freaking reply on the way at bottom? I am happy to report that he did like my comment here. Let me see. See, I didn't even see this. Yeah, there you go. So Thomas Massey actually did like this comment that I made. Yeah, because I have to be a little careful what I said so that I don't trip up the automation. No financial incentive not to. Oh, what does that even mean? So, all right. So for now, I think I've cracked the code, and I'll be able to do this because when I look at Cernovich and Jack Posobiec, I know, when you look at their social blades, all right, this should be it. I don't know why the internet's like, oh, he got downgraded to B instead of B plus. He was B plus like literally a few days ago. If you actually look at the number of tweets, these numbers and Jack Posobiec's numbers are actually very, very large. So, because I remember Mike talked about that before, but it never actually occurred to me that quantity really does actually work. All right, there's a direct correlation between large number of tweets and large number of followers. And obviously this is important because I'm pretty much the only person left on Twitter that actually knows the truth. And I'm the only one that's willing to push the truth because Mike doesn't ever talk about this, right? The Pfizer documents revealing side effects and shit. So far I haven't seen him talk about anything about that because again, he's very pro-vaccine. And I have to be careful what I say because you cannot promote vaccine hesitancy on YouTube. So, if I had a larger platform, even if, yeah, I have to pander, right? Let's call it what it is, because that's really what it is, which I don't like, but there's no other choice. At least I can use my pandering to, like, retweet stuff like this. And on top of that, I still have a large argument still going on right here. I had to block this guy because I can't stand this shit look. All right? Yeah, this is actually the tweet. I know I talked about my gab, but, I'm just going to let you read this here because I'm not going to read this out. So, blah, blah, blah. And then I just reply, the vaccine works so well, and then blah, blah, blah. All right, why did they have to threaten us to take it? Not that I'm saying, YouTube, don't ban me. Like, people are free to take the vaccine or not, for now. And then this just led to just some giant reply war. It's way more than 5. So, there's definitely a lot of activity. But again, the good news is I can, I can work this shit. I'm just, hopefully after a year, let's see how much I can, juice this account by. Because if I can be at least as powerful, even if I'm at like 25% the real follower count of like Mike Cernovich, we can start doing some real damage to the system. Because even then, like, remember what Saint Nick said about getting everyone's faces about the mask mandates? It actually worked. Our employees all wear masks. By the way, New York State is re-implementing the mask mandate. But we stopped requiring all of our customers to wear the mask because it was too hard to enforce, said manager, whatever his name is. Quite frankly, I got sick of arguing with people. He said many shoppers browse barefaced, including me, despite a sign at the door encouraging mask wearing and a basket of free disposable masks. Yeah, they had a cop at the Target yesterday or 2 days ago. But he wasn't wearing a mask. He was also a white cop. So, you know, I don't know if there's a correlation there, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with this new mask mandate. It takes effect next month, January 15th. So, all right. So that's that. You know, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm still trying to deal with the ego, right? Because now that I'm getting rid of all the excess stuff, I'm just focusing mostly on my ego, and of course working on the crypto stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm actually able to get things done. All right, so every day is a dip. Okay, so long story short, it's Federal Reserve, so everything's always low, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but if you look at the 24-hour volume, it is unusually low, 78.6 billion. That's why cryptocurrencies are all down across the board. I guess Fear and Greed Index. Yeah, but the Fear and Greed Index is the same. So what's really happening is smart money and most money is just not doing anything. And when the trade volume is low, usually that means cryptocurrency prices just tank. Because we're going to see in a bit, yeah, it's the same thing in the stock markets as well. Yeah. Yeah, but we did have like what, 3, 4, 5 days in a row of gains. So this is the perfect time for the markets to pull back. It's super G word. It's so frustrating and it's annoying, but I mean that's just how it goes. Quite frankly, I'm getting tired of hearing the buy the dip bullshit. Unfortunately, that is the correct move, but what if you don't have any more money to buy with? It's like, can we just go up already? That's where in case cool considered a historic enabling factor of total explainer. I actually do want to watch this eventually, so I'm gonna put this on my Chrome. Oh my god, it's 1 hour and 23 minutes. What are the conditions in any society? I'll reach out in a sec. In any society that will cause a people to willingly sacrifice their freedoms? Well, they're atheists or moving away from God for sure. I mean, actually, that's probably really it. Matt, study electrification on the spot, clinical. After noticing them now, you joined. Oh, at least they put chapters in here. Oh boy. Damn, and they actually had a new Escape from Tarkov wipe too, so I kind of want to watch people play that. Okay. All right. Well, I tweeted that on my timeline, so. Hey, Nugget. Any news on the cozy? Wait, weren't you here when the last time I? Oh, I guess not. I haven't heard back from Nick. He has not responded to my message. Quite frankly, I kind of forgot about it. So either he didn't see the message or his answer is no. But I think if his answer is no, he would have said something to me. Because, you know, he doesn't just follow back any random person. He follows back very few people. So I'm pretty sure he would make at least some kind of effort to respond to me. So, but I don't know. Again, I mean, I said this on my last stream. I don't want people bothering Nick. You know, I mean, maybe you want to donate money and just ask him. But, I mean, again, just be very polite and, like, but we understand if resources are tight. So, you know. But here's the thing. Oh, actually, you just came in, didn't you? Here's the thing. I actually figured out how to get around my shadow ban on Twitter, so now I can grow my account again. So even if I could go on Cozy, now I'm not sure if I want to do that now, even though I personally want to. So Nick is probably, yeah, exactly. Nick is very busy, so I don't want to bother him, and I don't want, you know, other people bothering him too. You know, so I only have 1K left in my savings. LOL. Yeah, I know. I know it sucks. I mean, I don't know when you bought in. I mean, the best time to buy in was, you know, January, like literally the first week of January of this year when everything went up. So, but I mean, this bull run actually hasn't really Well, it technically has started, but stalled. But it's definitely not over by any means. I mean, just look at this. He got AFPAC 3. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll be going to AFPAC 3 because that's probably going to be in like what, a couple months. Like when is CPAC 2022? February 24th to 27th. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to go. I mean, money's still tight, and I don't know if I want to fly because I have a real problem with the way airlines operate. You know, I'm thinking of buying the dip. You could buy the dip. Keon the one says that the markets are going, the crypto market's going to pull back at least one more time this month, and he's usually right, which sucks. Plan B just says be patient because he's not withdrawing any of his calls. Though I think at the rate things are going, his 100K Bitcoin prediction, the model that he used for that is going to get invalidated this month. I bought in quite a bit last Friday when the flash crash happened. Yeah, that's the perfect time to buy. Because, oh, that's right. Because Keon the One's thing was the reason for his statement was because I gotta dust off all that dust. Is because of Evergrande and China. Greg Mannarino, on the other hand, didn't even mention that at all. I mean, he just says, "Oh, it's just a bank lender who overextended himself, and now he's getting banged up the ass." And China's not bailing them out. But China did reassure everyone, "Oh, we'll make sure the lending markets and money markets are operating correctly." So I was correct that the flash crash was actually in fact due to Evergrande. And now that they've been officially declared defaulting, we'll have to see how that plays out. It's not going to be as bad as a flash crash because we now know about it and we've been expecting it. So it's a lot of that's already priced in. So, and that's my heat coming on. What is this? Loot item, yes. And collect my logs. So, yeah, so you did the right thing by buying. You actually bought. I'm jealous. I wish I got in a Metaverse Pro after the flash crash happened, because then I'll only be down like 10% right now instead of probably 45, almost 50%. But I haven't been pulling profits. I've already pulled out like $4,100, right? But I'm not telling you how much I put in, so I'm still pretty far behind, but. Again, as each day passes, I mean, this project does seem pretty legit. Like, because other copycats of this project, right? Those guys are already, going crazy with their projects, with the marketing, and not adding anything new. So, and I haven't had a chance at all to look at the Discord for Metaverse Pro. So I don't know when they're going to come out with their new staking pool, the Diamond Hand Club or whatever. I have some more details on it. Oh, great, my water's over there. So, but yeah, once we hear from the Federal Reserve, we'll probably get moving. But the problem is, we won't hear from the Fed until 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Wednesday, New York City time. So that basically means the crypto markets are going to react from then on to going into Thursday and Friday, which is when cryptos always usually pull back because it's the weekend. It's just so frustratingly annoying. Massively G word. That's just how it goes. But if the big banks want those Christmas bonuses, they need to jack up the price of the stock market. So I'm hoping all of that is going to boost the crypto markets as well. I mean, that definitely will have an impact, that's for sure. Okay, so search interest on Google for last week is around 22. I'm going to expect that it's going to be pretty crappy this week, at least until Wednesday. Okay. Buying Bitcoin has dropped pretty big to 12. So yeah, normies are just going away from crypto, and Bitcoin specifically. Yeah, well, that's to be expected. It's not doing the greatest right now. Inflation is 100 in November. It looks like. Yep. And it's still pretty high at 92. Because Google is still tracking this data. It's going up and down like crazy because before it was at like 72. Now it's a solid blue line at 92. So people are still like, oh my God, inflation, 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 which is good. Because the more that this stupid system gets, called out and people are starting to wake up, the better for all of us. All right, hyperinflation. Okay, well, people know that inflation's happening, but they haven't really decided that it's hyperinflation. But you and I know the real truth. It's hyperinflation. And I still don't have the data from the Federal Reserve here. Or maybe the site's just slow to update. I mean, they updated the interest rate. Oh, well, that's kind of useless. Yeah. Because again, if you do the math, this is basically around 14%. So your money supply is hyperinflating, the US dollar, that is hyperinflating. So if there's $1 million, there's now $1.14 million. So the value of your dollar has gone down 14% because it's still the same amount of goods and services in the world, and it's in America, but there's more dollars. So the value of $1, drops. This is like a simple way of looking at it, but that's basically what it is. Right? When Michael Saylor told Tucker Carlson that you're losing 14% a year on your dollar because that's how much they're printing, this is the actual math mechanics behind that. And this comes from the Federal Reserve. So, yeah. Yep. These evil people. That's why you have to buy stuff, right? In my case, when I want to buy cryptos, I want to buy real estate. And then eventually, when I understand it more, and then the market matures, I want to buy virtual real estate NFTs. In Sandbox or Decentraland or whatever the hell it is. The U.S. declines before they roll out the digital dollar. Yeah. For some reason, like Greg Mannarino says, they want to destroy the dollar on purpose. I don't know why they would want to do that. Like, I have a couple of guesses, but they want to do that before they roll out the digital dollar. M1 and M2 going through the roof. I thought they don't do M1 anymore. M1 money supply. Oh, this is the actual. Yeah, see, this one is what? Yeah, what is the M1? A narrow measure of the money supply that includes physical currency, demand, depositality. M1 does not include financial assets such as savings accounts and bonds. Yeah, I understand why, because in economics class, I could never understand what the hell the M1 was. Oh my God. Holy shit, look at this. When coronavirus hit, whoa! Actually, this almost looks like a Roman salute in a way. Oh my God. Look at that, what the hell? In the course of like 1.5, well, hell, in 1 year, we've printed M1, wow, 4,000, and then when coronavirus hit by May 2020, it went up 4x. Wow, I'm kind of surprised inflation is not more worse than it is. Holy shit. Okay, well, we're now measuring the M1 money supply now. Let's put this back here. Oh my God. Yikes. And then we're still hyperinflating the M1 money supply, but at a much slower rate. Yeah, you weren't kidding, man, when you said that shit's going through the roof. Yeah, it's going, yeah, it's an old plan, but the new elites are very stupid. All right, well, I mean, works for me. I mean, because I was taught that they don't use the M1 supply anymore. I also assumed that meant, well, of course I assumed, that also meant that they don't update this anymore. Well, I guess I was wrong. But I still kind of like the M2 money supply better because this is simpler to understand, but we'll definitely keep an eye on this. And obviously this looks like it's updated monthly. My God. Wow, I'm completely blown away. I'm completely blown away. Wow. Thanks for that, though. All right, so what's the conclusion? Yeah, the value of your dollar is literally going to shit because of the Federal Reserve. LMAO, diversity hires. Yeah, it's probably all the above, to be honest. I'm just hoping that Andre Wang is correct when he says evil is incompetent. Yeah, because that's really because at this point we need the system to start shooting itself in the foot because we need all the help we can get. I mean, after I'm very disappointed in Mike Cernovich that he's I can't even say the words because I'm gonna get banned on YouTube. All right, at least this video is gonna get flagged, but he's very pro V word and like he doesn't think much of us, anti V words. New elites are very good at infiltrating and destroying, but not at building and maintaining. Yeah, China will rule the post-U.S. world. Well, they're technically ruling a lot of the world right now. So, in a way, I really do hope that China invades Taiwan, and it's not even going to be an invasion. All right, they'll just like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, business as usual. Because Taiwan already works with China directly, at least business-wise. If you're a Taiwanese citizen, you can just fly into China, no problem, right? And go back, vice versa. So the infrastructure and groundwork is already in place for a China-Taiwan reunification, right? And obviously China annexing, right? Publicly making Taiwan part of China again would just be so good for us because Joe Biden and them is going to be like, blah, 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 blah. And then you got your con inks like Posobiec, right? It says, China's the biggest threat to the world, and then we don't do anything. Like, we'll be the laughing stock of the world. American regime will be more embarrassed, and everyone's going to call bullshit on us. And that's exactly what we want. We love our Chi-coms, yeah. We love our Chi-coms. I just kind of wish that Alex Jones wasn't so freaking obsessed with China. All right, that's the only thing that I'm unhappy about. But he's becoming woke on the tribal question, right? That you can't name or even hint at. So I'm willing to tolerate it, right? And that's the other thing. I don't know about Stu Peters either. Like, he's very obsessed with China, but on the other hand, he's on Cozy, and he obviously associates with all of us. So, I mean, he's very aware of the tribal question. So I don't know what his deal is, but, we'll let him do his thing, and then we'll see what happens. Because who knows? You never know. Maybe China really is involved in a large amount of this, power grabbing crap too. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Oh, my throat. All right, Fear and Greed Index. So here's something that's interesting. The Fear and Greed Index is still the same. It's at 28. It'll update in 8 hours. So, all right, based on what I'm seeing so far in the data, normies don't care about Bitcoin, at least since last week. It'll probably be lower this week because Bitcoin's going down. Low trade volume, though it's starting to slowly get up there, 78.6 billion. Actually, I could refresh this and get the new number. Now we're at 80.5 billion. Okay, Fear and Greed Index is about the same, but cryptocurrencies are down, and we got the Federal Reserve. So, yeah, at this point, this is definitely people afraid. They're taking profits in the stock market, going into the dollar probably, right? Dollar, yeah. So, yeah, money is going into the dollar right now because everyone is selling everything off. So when that happens, you need dollars, which means the demand for dollars goes up. That's why the dollar Dixie here is up, 0.31% or whatever. Amazon warehouse hit by tornado. Oh, yeah. Well, whatever. All right. So, yeah. So we could probably expect this sluggish crap right up until Wednesday at 1 or 2 o'clock. And then hopefully things will go up because, the Federal Reserve, I mean, we already know their long-term plan. So, they want to do a token taper. Okay, fine. And then we'll take a hit. All right. Everything will probably take a hit. But if they don't, and the stock markets rally, I'm hoping that'll push up the crypto markets. So it's just fear and uncertainty going on right now. But there's actually nothing major or no black swan or, whatever the hell it is. But this is very important. The Fear and Greed Index has not changed. So that means the elite, the smart money, the elites, the people, the money men, right? The money women, they already know what's up. So, all right. So as long as Evergrande doesn't screw us, and I'm like 40% it'll screw us and 60% it will not, and I'm basing that mostly because, again, everyone knows about it. It's priced in. China says Yeah, we'll make sure Evergrande is contained, but we're not bailing them out. And Greg Mannarino is not worried about it at all. In fact, he hasn't even mentioned Evergrande since that, video like Wednesday or Thursday, and he's moving too. So, and he didn't mention it in his video today. Thanks for the financial advice. Going to use 10x leverage to buy more crypto. Yeah. But all joking aside, don't do that. Because the flash crash also was prompted by exactly that. People using leverage. And remember, these people are probably J.P. Morgan and like George Soros. So what they do is they take their vast amount of Bitcoin, specifically Bitcoin, dump it all on the market so the spot price goes down, and then you get liquidated, right? You get a margin call, right? And then they steal all your money legally, right? Not illegally, but legally. So, oh yeah, now I see it. It says, yeah, just kidding. Yeah, that's why you got to buy and hold, because you can't buy Metaverse Pro on leverage, but if I bought it on leverage, then this thing has now dropped 50%, and then I would get liquidated, and then lose all my money. So obviously I don't do that. But even if I could buy it on leverage, I would never do that. That's literally the dumbest thing you can do. You might as well just give your money to charity if you're going to buy on leverage. Alright, so there's a nice little front page thing here about cryptocurrencies. So, yeah, it's going more and more mainstream. Yeah, markets across the board are crap. And yeah, the bonds are also being bought up, so that's actually a good sign. Yeah, this is totally a fear trade. I wish I could get rid of that little sound thing, but that's really from my Legends of Eidolon game. Why is this thing open in EverQuest? So I can't. It's a bug with the game itself. So and I have the sound muted. So yeah, but hopefully it's not that loud. All right. So markets across the board are crap, and it's only 11 a.m. Precious metals is flat. Crude oil is surprisingly flat. Huh. Okay, and then blah 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 blah. I am 62, unemployed, and living off of my savings and waiting on Social Security. Can I go? Oh my God. Poor fool. Bank of Canada inflation mandate stays at 2%. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Canada, but they're going full like totalitarian mode. Like, I don't have time to watch Tyler Russell's streams, but my God, I did catch a couple of his headlines. Oh man, at some point, he's gonna have to stream from jail, right? Assuming they allow him to have internet or something, man. Like at the rate things are going in Canada. So, as bad as it is here in America, we really do have the best of the bunch compared to the rest of the world, and it's just like it's insane. So I don't know, man. I just hope we can eventually do something, right? God's gonna need to give us some more tools, and men, and I guess women too, like just anybody, to be honest. But I think Saint Nick's, he's still working his plan from the way it sounds, right? Because he said he's already mainstream, but he just hasn't gone public with it yet. So, I'm gonna assume that means he's gathering more people. Hey, I'm all for it. We need everybody. Because guess what? Pasovic and Surich aren't gonna freaking help us. His reasoning is because people like us are not going to help get us votes. We're going to lose close elections because of it. I was so I'm not supposed to get angry because, that's of Satan's domain, but that's just so frustrating, man. So frustrating. That's why I gotta act as a counterweight to that and build up my Twitter, or my stupid twatter profile. Alright. In fact, I'm kind of curious. Is Partisan Girl banned on Twitter? No, that's her. That's her handle, but her name is actually Syrian Girl, right? Yeah, she's still around. They removed 42,000 because I remember she used to have 208,000 followers way back then when. Oh, she writes for Russia Today. I didn't know that. It's really true that I found her a raid on the city of Nablus. Yeah, does Mike Savage still follow her? Yeah, he still does. I'm kind of surprised because she's obviously very critical of Israel. So, yeah, okay. Well, at least that's good that, she's still around. Alright. So, alright, nothing new in the chat. Alright, so bonds. Yeah, bonds basically across the board have all been bought up. Very, very nice. And I don't want to calculate the yield curve. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it looks pretty normal. I mean, it's still kind of somewhat flattening out, but, you know, we don't have a flat yield curve yet. Oh, yeah. So today's definitely a fear trade, just like Greg Mannarino said. All right, so that's bonds. Let's go into, where are we at? 35 minutes. Yeah, these videos are going to get increasingly longer and longer, man, because, you know, I always have like a million things to talk about. All right. So 24 volumes increased to 81.5 billion. So if I had to guess, this should eventually hit the normal of 110, 120 billion. And that's a little bit on the low side. So Bitcoin's at 47.5. Ethereum has dropped below 4K, so that's at 38.20. Binance Coin's also getting hit, 530. I don't care about Solana, but he's getting hit. XRP's slightly hit. Yeah, so basically everyone's getting hit across the board. You know, DOGE coin's back at around 16 cents. Shiba Inu is 34.19 Satoshi of $1. Crypto.com coin 54.59. Yeah, we'll do the technical analysis next. So because that thing is still consolidating. Metaverse Pro is also still consolidating. It's so frustrating, man. VeChain, no, I don't have that anymore. Gala Games, still pretty good. A little under 52 cents. I am a noob. I need to get with it. Well, yeah, I haven't seen. Well, I remember there was a guy named Orr a long time ago, but you have a different name, so I don't know if you're the same person. But yeah, welcome, Colin. Yeah, don't worry about it. You watch you watch me for like a few weeks, you'll probably know like 99% of everything. Okay, pancake swaps at 11.11. What's another coin I want to look at? Let's see. Well, I mean, I'm not too worried about the dog Shiba coins because we already basically know what's the deal with that. Oh, Kadena. Yeah, that's the other one I have, Kadena. Oh boy. $9.74. You stupid F word. Yeah. But I mean, Kadena again was just skyrocketing, so I had to pull back really big too. Alright, what do we got for the Mannarino index? Oh, yeah. That's really good. 85.8. Yeah, market risk has tanked, so this dip's going to get bought. But probably they're going to wait for the Federal Reserve to make their decision first. So they need a dump on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern New York City time. You know, they want the smart money probably is going to need to whatever, you know, get ready for that. But if not, you know, we should see a nice buying frenzy, which is obviously what we really want because I'm so sick and tired of these stupid dips. It is me. I used to watch your old streams back in 2020 when things were great. Ah, yes. Okay, so yeah, it is you. Well, welcome back. It's been pretty much a whole year. Yeah, I'm actually, I mean, you probably just got in here, but I figured out how to get around my Twitter shadow ban for now, so I'm going to aggressively grow my account as best as I can. You know, because right now I basically retweet with my own opinion Mike Cernovich's timeline, mostly, and then maybe on occasion when it's a little slow, Jack Posobiec's Twitter. I actually want more tweets, right? Because right now I think I'm clocking in like 60 or 70 tweets a day. I need to try to get that to 120 so I can get faster growth. But I gotta find a kind of okay account to work with. The problem is I obviously don't like any of these Con Inc types, so I don't know. I'm obviously gonna have to suck it up and figure something out. So I don't know. Maybe Newsmax. I could try Newsmax. I mean, they're like, I mean, they have plenty of good-looking women, right? So, I mean, that would also imply I have to go with Owie. I don't know, man. I'm already starting to. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh, I also figured out that, you know, what Twitter has always said was actually correct. You want to keep your tweets as low. I mean, I had to make an exception for the Pfizer thing because this is highly technical, but I have to keep my tweets literally as short as possible, right? Basically 2 lines, right? Sometimes I'm able to get 1 line, but it's usually on average 2 lines. A couple of these are actually, you know, a little longer, but, you know. Yeah, but it's definitely working, so, you know, hopefully we'll grow this channel, and then hopefully we'll have some fun. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was over here. Yeah, more tweets is the thing I'd say. Twitter is definitely taking a new attack at certain folks. Got to weave in and out. Yeah, I mean, so far I've actually survived just about every single thing, but that's actually because I actually do keep an open mind, and I do actually follow a lot of different stuff. So I don't know how long that'll last, but like, so we'll just keep going. Okay. So, but I am curious. Like, let's say I did get banned on Twitter, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna simply just still. You can still look at Twitter, but not logged in, so you can still see the tweets. So I'll still follow the Twitter accounts, and I'll transfer what I would have said over to Gab, right? And then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so Bitcoin is definitely way oversold. Continues to be way oversold because the Keltner channel here is still at the bottom blue line. That's what these blue lines are called, Keltner channels, or KC. And I figured that out because I was trying to reconstruct Greg Mannarino. You gotta be fucking kidding me. This fucking piece of shit's down at 243. Man, Metaverse Pro is just getting fucking hammered. I don't even know what these symbols are. Why is it sandwich attack? Back run transaction, front run transaction. Oh, interesting. What's the red pay? Less than $1,000 drained. Wow. See, this site, I've never heard of it except on the Metaverse Pro Discord. This site is so effing good. Because it's not just the numbers. I need to know the mechanics behind what caused these numbers. Then you can actually see. It's basically the closest thing you can get to like God letting you see. Alright, because if you can't see, you're screwed. Alright, so Bitcoin RSI, MACD is way below zero. It's like at negative 25 to 2,700. Yeah, this thing is so oversold, man. You gotta be kidding me. Come on, we need the stupid bounce back already because this thing is so ready to bounce back up. Alright, so Ethereum has finally reached the bottom blue line too, and it's going below zero. Alright. Because today and tomorrow is going to be shit, and then Wednesday will also be shit until, again, Wednesday 1 p.m. So, God, I hate Federal Reserve weeks, or FOMC weeks, because, I'll read that in a sec, because this always happens. Everyone stops trading, everyone sells and pulls back, and everything always goes down in price, and it's so effing G-word. Alright. So buying next coin should be the same thing. I'm also getting hungry and more cranky. Alright, so we finally reached zero MACD or below it, and they even hit the bottom blue line here. So even Binance coin is finally bottoming out. Yeah, because I remember, not too long ago, it was as low as 300, 350, 380. So now it's bottoming out at like 538, 535, 527. Oh, this is good. I mean, it sucks right now, but the rewards are going to be great, or worth it, because this is what I was hoping that the crypto markets would do. It would just keep higher highs and lower lows, higher highs and lower lows. Because Binance Coin was doing that. A bunch of other clown cryptocurrencies. Well, most other clown cryptocurrencies were not doing that. I just started mining. Should I send it all back? This scares me seeing it dropped. Well, first of all, you should not. I don't know what you're mining specifically, but first of all, do not get scared. All right, that's how. If you get scared, you're 100% gonna lose. All right, I've been making money and losing money for like 20 plus years trading markets. I have 10, 11 years experience trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. All right, because I heard about it in 2009, 2010. And I thought it was a stupid idea, but my ex-best friend at the time, Warren, still actually mined it because he had more money, was working for Microsoft, and then he had the Nvidia and ATI Radeon cards to mine really good amounts of Bitcoin. So then when I came back to Jesus in 2010, then in 2011 I actually started, mining Bitcoin myself. So the first thing you have to understand is this is completely normal. I mean, I'm complaining a lot, but that's because I've been waiting 4 years for this moment, and I'm not getting what I want. So, I'm just venting my frustrations, but this is totally normal, right? You probably weren't around the days when Bitcoin was still like young, and it was like $100, right? It would go up and down literally 80, 90%. So, this is nothing compared to the past. So you're very, very lucky. So don't get scared. That's number one. Number two, you should pull a little bit of profits every day or every week or however you want to do it, so you can get your original money back. And then all the money you pull out after you get your money back is pure profit. That's how I always, work this, right? I don't want to say how much I put in the Metaverse Pro, but I put a shit ton of money. Like, in fact, like 50% of all my money went into Metaverse Pro, and now it's down like approximately 50% because this stupid idiot coin still keeps going down because some bunch of F words are just dumping all their crypto. Eventually, this will come back. Everything will come back, but you have to wait, and that's really the most annoying thing is being patient, and it's just a character building exercise. So there's that. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much because I don't know what you're mining. So the only thing you should really be afraid of is the project you're mining, the crypto itself. Is that a scam project? That's actually what you need to be worried about. Yeah, I'm new to Bitcoin and crypto. Oh, well that's good. I'm not worried though, just learning. Yeah, that's just fine. I mean, at the rate things are going, you'll have plenty of time to learn everything, and then this stupid shit will hopefully just bottom out. I mean, because technically speaking, we are much higher now than we were, January. You just look at the bottom. February 1st, 2021, Binance coin was $52.20. Oh, it tells you right here, year to date, 1,312%. So, yeah, I'm complaining now a lot, but if you look at the overall picture, cryptocurrencies are way higher now than they've ever been. So, this is really just a long-term consolidation period, which again is very frustrating because it just feels like we're just consolidating literally all the time. So, before I move on, what's another piece of advice? I mean, that's really just it. I mean, and then just keep learning, keep watching. But the most important thing is do not panic sell. When you panic sell, you will lose. All right? Right now, we've got a bunch of evil, rich whales literally dumping all their crypto and then buying it back and then just dumping it again, doing wash trading to tank the price. And again, like, we can't stop it. Which wallet do you prefer to use? For this, I use MetaMask. Right now, I'm actually streaming this on MetaMask. If that's too much. Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard because I don't want to go over, like, you have to, set up your DeFi, set up your MetaMask, do the approvals. But the thing is, eventually I do want to, like, show the process somehow, but I have to put actual money into this dummy MetaMask account. So I don't want to do that just yet. Yeah. But again, just go on YouTube and just look up how to make money DeFi pancake swap like that, and then it's the same mechanics, and then you'll just be picking different pools. So I don't know. If I come up with more advice, David, I'll say it. But the number one thing is pull a little bit of profit, right? So let's say you're mining Bitcoin. If you're mining 10 Bitcoins a week, pull out like 20%. Well, it's Bitcoin, right? So maybe pull out like 20%, 33. My personal number is 33%, and then convert that into cash, and then just keep doing that every week. That's basically all you have to do. Yeah, we haven't looked at Dogecoin in a while. Oh yeah, you're way oversold. You are way oversold. Look at that, way below the bottom blue line, and MACD is like way negative. Not quite historic. This year is super low, but it is approaching that. Okay, yeah. So everything's just oversold. This is just ridiculous. How can this thing go down any further if it's this oversold? Here's Shiba Inu with the same thing. Almost the bottom blue line here. Yeah, way below zero here. This is still a very brand new coin though. Alright, let's see if Crypto.com has... Let's see how well their consolidation's going. Alright, so they're still consolidating, but it's getting pretty... They can see the ground floor at zero, so that's good. And yeah, this thing hasn't even really touched the bottom blue line here. So Crypto.com coin is doing very exceptionally well. This coin is up like 826% for the whole year to date too. Man, Crypto.com coin is going to become the next Binance coin. And then once the market caps of both cryptos are the same, then it's anyone's game at that point. Let's look at stupid Kadena. I bought this stupid piece of shit on it for an average price of $23, and now this stupid asshole's at $9.56. Oh yeah, so you're afraid of dips. Well, yeah. Well, I've got my hits too. I mean, I only put in like $600 worth of Kadena, so now it's probably worth like what, 275, 250. But you know, that's just how this goes. All right, so bottom blue line for the Keltner channel here. So very good, and we're now below zero. All right, so Kadena is officially in oversold territory. It's a very good sign. So when these idiot clowns decide to get off their fat, lazy, not willing to work asses, you know, we should see some nice price spikes. Gala Games is in an interesting position. It's literally trading between the top and middle Keltner channel lines, and the MACD is still halfway to the bottom. Wow, so Gala Games is actually very strong too. That's good. What's another coin? I guess I could look at Olympus Pro actually. Then, because Metaverse Pro is a fork of Olympus, so, and they've been around since April 2021, so it's got a lot of good data to work with. So Olympus is under pressure like everyone else. It's down to 457 and also way oversold. Okay. All right. So it looks like we got a brand new liquidity pool on Mdex. And not surprisingly, this website is having problems. I mean, what is wrong with it? So the only new thing here, I think I already covered saw that already. So there's something called Nora wrapped Binance coin. 485% APR, very good, and APY of 12,244. It's got a really low Mdex reward though, and there's only like there's only like $10,000 to $20,000 worth of value locked into this pool. I mean, yeah, I would probably instead just buy Metaverse Pro and Binance Dollar, because that's what this is. Because you still pretty much get this. Well, I mean, you obviously get much better rates here, but you know, if you put in 10 grand, you know, this reward is gonna go, this APR is gonna go way down. So, because the numbers are so small. But I mean, you could, yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in doing Mdex stake farming anymore, because obviously I'm just doing all Metaverse Pro for simplicity's sake. So I'm not gonna do the analysis on Nora, but you know, if Nora is a brand new coin and you don't see a giant price drop yet, I would classify that as very high risk. In fact, I would actually wait before you buy it, because you want to wait for the Nora to drop. And since it's paired up with wrapped Binance coin, that means when Binance coin also goes down, you know, like your impermanent loss is going to be pretty nutty. So, you know, you just wait to basically just wait for the bottom, all right? Just wait for more price drops. All right, so stupid idiot Metaverse Pro is getting destroyed right now by all the market manipulators. What a surprise. Risk-free value of the Treasury assets has gone down a little bit, but that's because Binance coin is going down. The total assets is still doing all right. This coin still continues to mint, and the meta price is at 240.37. Now there's no money in here, so I can't show anything here. So, but the APY is recurring pretty nicely. So this used to pay like almost 700,000% APY, but the developer team is coming out with a new Diamond Hand staking club, so they had to withdraw like 20,000 meta from the code protocol or something like that, and then it tanked the APY by half. But now it's slowly going back up. Which works for me. So, well, market cap's still pretty healthy. Where it's this thing, I actually would not mind if they actually lowered the rate at which they're printing new Metaverse Pro coins, because yeah, this number goes up and the treasury goes up, but the backing per meta goes down because we're minting too many coins per backing. So, but I mean, on the other hand, we're getting really good APY, so I guess we just have to ride this out. Yeah, see, look, there's another F word. All right, fucking dumps 32 grand 6 minutes ago, and then it destroys the price by another $5. And then you have the bots buying back up a little bit. But anyway, the reason why I know more about technical analysis is because when I was trying to reconstruct the Greg Mannarino metrics that he uses here, I didn't actually realize that the metrics were already listed for me here. But I was able to use my high IQ Chinese brain to like figure it out, and I was like, well, I don't know the name of it, but it's lines, and I know it's a channel. So if I typed in channel, I was like, oh, okay, well, we've got 5 different channels. So, and then I think I just kind of like, oh yeah, I looked at this, I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell any of these are, and I don't want to keep clicking. So then I went back, and I tried to look for it as like, oh, there's a thing here called KC21 close true range. It's like, oh, maybe that is the name of this thing over here. And I go, okay, what is KC? Ah, KC is this, Keltner channel, and voila, boom. It looks exactly like Greg Mannarino charts. It's like, ah, now I can see the bottom. See, this makes me, so you're fearful, you could look at this and have less fear. I mean, you really should be, forgive mom and dad, and then do the silent prayer so God can re-enter your heart, and then you won't be afraid anymore. But I assume most people are still got their problems, right? As we all do. So, but I really do recommend that, because that'll just make you a much better trader, because you won't have the thoughts of Satan like telling you, you're gonna lose all your money, sell now at a loss. Everything's, the sky is falling, sell now at a loss, because that's what Satan wants you to do. Or ape into this crypto, to get back all your money. Oh no, you made a mistake. Now sell everything, and then all of a sudden you lose all your effing money, and then you want to go kill yourself, right? Because that's what Satan wants you to do, right? Lose all your money, and then you get suicidal, and don't do that. Oh yeah, and then I originally thought it was stochastic RSI. I still kind of liked it, but all this time I had it wrong. It was actually MACD, moving average. Well, I just typed in MAC. And I did the same thing. I was like, okay, what are these numbers down here? Actually, let me close stochastic here. I can get some more room. So I eventually looked, I was like, oh, it says MACD. I was like, oh. So I had it wrong this whole time. Yeah, because the RSI is so inaccurate. It's so inaccurate. All right, so we're finally reaching the bottom of the Keltner channel, which has now been readjusted to $238. Great, because it was at 241. Yeah, this thing is getting pounded like crazy. Shit. Okay, but at least the stupid MACD is dropping like crazy. We have 59.5, and then the blue one is 25.69. So we're not even close to zero yet. I mean, we're getting there. We can see the ground, which would imply that there's going to be more pain ahead. So this would be $198 to $200, and then hopefully it'll bounce back up to this bottom Keltner line. All right. Now, because I was doing all this stuff and tweeting and then doing the stream, I haven't had a chance to ask when Diamond Hands Club is coming out. Where can I see? I'm going to type in the Discord. Where can I see status of DHC coming out? Oh, for some reason I have a green color to my name instead of orange now. So, oh man, we're just, I don't know. You guys, next time you guys go to Target or wherever you, or Walmart or wherever you buy your groceries, you might want to pick up a jar of Vaseline, because I don't think this taking it up from behind crap is over just yet. Oh, well, we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. And we already checked Plan B, and we'll check it again. Yeah, he's got nothing new here. All right, we are at almost 1 hour, which means I might need to, hold on, what is going on here? All right, let me just refresh my buffs in our request. There we go. Myanmar shall declare stablecoin Tether an official currency. Really? I might be actually interested in that. Especially because Myanmar is actually doing, you know, what, no, I better not say the words. But basically, they did exactly what we thought would happen in the United States. Monster bull move means whales could secure the next Bitcoin price surge. I do want to read this as well. Alright, so it looks like Cointelegraph is actually delivering the goods today in terms of content. Only 10%? Yeah, I mean, we already know that. Solana chain increases after recent DDoS attack. Yep. Robinhood partners with chain analysis ahead of crypto wallet launch. Paycoin is the first coin to support vehicle purchases. Well, I guess people that want Teslas will buy that. Single finance raises 1.2 million to build the first farming database. Okay. Sure. Daft Punk, Bitcoin loses 48K on Wall Street Open as trader warns altcoins look wrecked against Bitcoin. Yeah, that always happens. Bank of Russia to ban mutual funds from investing in Bitcoin. I'm so disappointed in Russia. They're so effing based, but they're so hostile towards crypto and Bitcoin. It's the same shit with China. It's like they're like we want to, you know, yeah, what was it? We want to destroy the power of the United States and the U.S. dollar, but we're gonna keep using the same financial system that's like cucking us, and we're gonna ban Bitcoin. It's so stupid. It's so frustrating. All right, I know Rouge V has a much more cynical take. He's saying they're all controlled opposition, but I mean, Rouge has always been way too cynical. Right, even after he came back to Jesus Christ, he's still very cynical. So I'm just more like, you know, I think just China and Russia are just like incompetent when it comes to crypto, and it's so frustrating. Because if they would embrace crypto and especially support El Salvador, the American regime would be gone in like 5 to 10 years. We might not even have to do like an armed rebellion. It's like, you know, Joe Biden would just simply run out of money. Russia, no, I'm gonna call Putin BRB. Yeah, I know. Well, hopefully you can convince Putin to, you know, reverse his, you know, freaking anti-crypto stance. But again, you know, people always, because I went through the same cycle too, but I came back pretty fast. So, you know, and remember, a lot of other people in the world also love crypto. So hopefully they turn around. If Donald Trump would take the Bitcoin pill, oh man, that would just be fantastic, right? Because that's gonna already. Because remember, he hangs around a lot of tribals. So when he told Bibi Netanyahu to go f himself, right? You know, if Trump were to actually embrace the Bitcoin pill and be pro crypto, you know, there's going to be some tension there because some of his tribal friends are going to be like, hey, you can't do that. He's going to threaten the dollar, he's going to threaten the system, he's going to threaten blah, blah, blah. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I love the dollar, but I also love Bitcoin. It's like, why are my so-called friends now yelling at me and running all these articles condemning me for promoting Bitcoin? Like, what the hell is this, right? And then Trump's, you know, going to eventually figure out, hey, you know, I've got people disloyal F words that are stabbing me in the back. Right, and then, you know, Trump slowly but surely approaches the, you know, I want to call it the green pill or the graper pill, right? You know, and that's ultimately where we want Trump to wind up. So yeah. Well, you just gotta keep working this, man. We just gotta keep working this. Community Focus DAO on board CNBC anchor John Najarian as a council member. Yeah, so the concept of DAOs is like totally legit. Right, because Metaverse Pro is a DAO, right? Decentralized Governance Token, whatever the hell that is, which is a fork from Olympus DAO. So, very, very good. Okay, all right. Shadow government. Okay, UK intelligence chief raises concerns about the use of China coin to control global transactions. Yes, that's what we want. Anything that embarrasses the Western system, right? The financial system, the political system, the cultural system, whatever the hell it is. Just anything that's not paused. MicroStrategy buys more big. This is from 3 days ago. That's old. Nigeria. CBDC still unattractive to users despite claim of excellent adoption rate. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Nigeria. Like, I could have sworn they were very pro crypto, and then now they're like reverse. For me, I'm confusing with a different African country. Because I know there was one African country that was like, yo, we love Bitcoin and crypto. We're going full steam ahead. I can't remember it though. What do you say? Trump will definitely be a game changer. Yeah, he would. Which is why it's so frustrating dealing with him. Overnight, all liberal media would run anti-crypto propaganda to openly support crypto. Yes, that's exactly what we want. Right? That cognitive dissonance. And here's the thing: a lot of liberals and Democrats, everyone actually loves crypto. This is actually this is one of the few things that everyone agrees on, believe it or not. So watching the cognitive dissonance of that is going to completely screw up the Democrats way more than it would the Republicans. Because all the Democrats and liberals who love crypto will be like, yo, what the fuck? Right? And then they'll do their, liberal, spinning the hamster wheel in their head. And of course, crypto is money, right? And you need money to pay your rent and survive, literally survive. So when the media starts attacking their own liberal audience and threatening their very survival by attacking Bitcoin crypto, fight or flight response immediately takes over, and they'll be like, you know what? Big fan of MSNBC or CNN, but you guys, fuck you, And then they'll, go to like Jimmy Dore or Hassan Piker or something. Obviously, I would prefer that liberals go to Jimmy Dore because Jimmy Dore, even though he's a left-wing guy, he's actually like an honest one, and it's actually truly pro-free speech. So, but weakening the power of the mass media, fake news terrorist, network is, going to be very good. And yeah, now that CNN had their guy get arrested for pedo bearing, right, who was directly the producer for Quest Promo, anything that we could throw a wrench into the system will just be a benefit to us. There are a lot of liberals coding for crypto projects. Yeah, that too, right? Most crypto projects are coded by liberals as well. So again, they'll be like, what the fuck? Yeah, yes, haha, yeah, exactly. Russia to allow foreign residents to own and use a digital ruble. Wow, so Russia's already going full ham on Russia coin. Okay, I'm not going to read this, but it's important to note the headline at least. Nesting exchange and what Biden is doing to combat them. What the hell is that? I guess I don't really care. Korean officials are now quitting their jobs to join the cryptocurrency industry, a lawmaker reveals. I'm not actually sure if this is a good thing because we need anybody who is a pro crypto person to be in government so they'll pass laws and it won't screw us. Yeah. Robert Kiyosaki his predictions are so effing retarded. His books are good, but not his predictions. My predictions are way superior because they're actually correct. Well, most of the time anyway. There are more to do 11 years ago. Send a final message. There's more work to do. Yeah, whatever. I mean, Satoshi Nakamoto is not here anymore. Analyst expects U.S. to embrace crypto. A popular regulation 2022 sees refresh bull market run. I mean, we already have 4 articles to read, but I mean, this is kind of important. All right. What do we got here? Hey, this guy's not in a guild, I think. Oh, he is in a guild. Myanmar shadow government declares stablecoin Tether as official currency. The NUG finance minister said Tether would enhance. Okay. The National Unity Government, led by supporters of jail leader, whatever. Oh, so this is the CIA-backed government, is now using Tether. Ah, this is actually good because now the CIA has an incentive to not screw over stablecoins, especially Tether, because Tether has such a negative reputation, despite it actually being stable, right? I mean, our stupid bitch Attorney General Loretta Lynch sued Tether for like 2-3 years or whatever. That nothing happened. He's like, okay, well you guys are clean, all right, go away. So this is actually very good for us. I mean, in a really screwed up kind of way. Per a report published by Bloomberg, the CIA government will, because I'm not going to call it, whatever this is. I'm just going to call it the CIA government because that's what it is. Because remember, back when I was covering Q stuff, I would post pictures of this stupid bitch with George Soros and Hillary Clinton. My tweets are still there. You just have to just dig for it. So yeah. I think we all know what this government really is. So we'll accept Tether for its ongoing fundraising campaign to topple the military regime in Myanmar. Yeah, have fun with that. The government raised almost $10 million in the Spring Revolution special Treasury bonds. Yeah, you clowns are so funny. The group aims to raise $1 billion through CIA issued bonds. Okay. The CIA Ministry of Planning, Finance, and Investment posted an announcement regarding the move on Facebook on Monday. And it's got like all these funny symbols. Stablecoin and Tether. See, this is why English really is the best language. Because these guys have to use the English word because their own native language, whatever the hell this is, cannot create the symbols necessary to express these simple words. You can't even, I mean, that's like the primary drawback to I guess, symbol-based languages, which is like basically all Asian languages, right? I mean, would you rather memorize 10,000, 5,000 Chinese words and symbols and characters, all unique essentially, or would you rather just memorize 26 letters of the English alphabet? Yeah, I'll take the English over my own ancient language any day. But there is a downside to that, though. Having to memorize all that does force your IQ to be 115, 120. Otherwise, you can't function in society. Holy shit, you guys are typing a lot of stuff. Oh boy. I wouldn't mind providing liquidity into Tether Russia coin pool to gain more than 100% interest. Yeah. Risk-free 100% interest? Yeah. I would be so on it. I would actually deliberately lower my potential gains in a year to actually put 25% of my wealth into something like that. But you're never going to get 100% interest, though. That's just way too much. Right now, Belt Finance is like, what, 14 to 17%, right? And you need at least 14% APY to break even, because that's obviously how much the value of your dollar is going down, because, the M2, M1 money supply is going up 14% a year. Could the market handle a mass flood of crypto buyers? For instance, if Trump did ever buy in, it would create a lot of interest in pulling a lot of, yeah. That would be fantastic, because that would just push Bitcoin to 500 grand or $1 million or even more. Like, that buying frenzy would be fantastic. Also, a lot of boomers and conservative boomers especially do appear to have money, so they would buy up a lot of crypto. And they wouldn't buy up as much precious metals. Ethereum and Bitcoin, I don't think, but other cryptos are built to handle it, buy, transact. No, they'll just go on Coinbase or whatever, or Crypto.com and buy Bitcoin. So that would not be a problem. Also, the Lightning Network is already out, and by 2022, Ethereum's, what do they call it? Ethereum 2.0 should be in early use, or definitely testing stages should be done. And then the Ethereum blockchain will become 64 blockchains, which is 64x more transaction speed. So it shouldn't be a problem scaling, because that's a scaling problem that you're talking about. So, guys, I just bought some Atom. It's been pulling back a lot lately. I think it's near the bottom of 22. Yeah, Atom is a good project. I don't know anything about it, but I know it's solid. And it's also like top 50 or whatever on CoinMarketCap. Plus, it has 12% APY on Exodus, and it keeps going up. Holy shit, Exodus is paying 12%? Hell yeah, man. Yeah, good for you, yeah. Yeah, see, yeah, if you're mining Atom, no, I'm confusing with someone else. Yeah, just keep farming and yield farming, man. Because remember, this is all eventually going to go back up. We just don't know when. And I'll have an answer by the time the Federal Reserve does its stupid little thing on Wednesday or Thursday, right? Because the problem is I stream right before Greg Mannarino, and I really need his insights in order plug in the final pieces of the puzzle. Never gonna get. Are you sure about that? 100%. Yeah, yeah. It's just not. Anything's possible, but I just don't see how you would have two stable coins paying out 100% APY. Like, how would you mint all those dollars or Russian rubles or whatever? Obviously, I hope that happens, but I just kind of. Actually, I think I can see it. What will happen is you'll have high APY, but the value of the Russian ruble will go down in relation to the dollar. So you're making 100% APY, but your Russian dollars keep going down in value. Because remember, a Russian ruble is a foreign currency compared to the US dollar. So you're actually at foreign currency risk. Oh, that's yeah. Because you're making the mistake. You're assuming one Russian ruble equals one US dollar. That's totally effing wrong. That's totally effing wrong. This is what you have to look at. This, right? One US dollar is 73.65 Russian rubles. So you're 100% APY, right? What happens if this happens? The Russian ruble gets stronger. That's what I'm doing here. And now all of a sudden your $1 US dollar is now worth 54 cents. You just lost a shit ton of money. You lost, I don't know, what is this? 40% of your income, right? Likewise, if the Russian ruble gets weaker against the dollar, I don't know. Well, let's keep it 2x. So, fuck. I'm actually doing this incorrectly. But basically, you have to worry about foreign currency exchange risk. Because remember, I used to actually try something like what you talked about. That was my first trading experience on oanda.com. I would do something called, you're basically doing something called a carry trade, right? You always hear about carry trade interest loopholes or whatever. But carry trading is when you take one currency and then you get paid an interest rate in that. And you take a foreign country's currency, which is the Russian ruble, and that pays a different interest rate, or maybe even the same. Well, you have to worry about one currency or both currencies just getting out of whack, and then you just suffer from impermanent loss, essentially. So, I don't know, if something like that were to come out, we'll obviously reevaluate this, but, yeah, if it's paying 100% APY, that probably means one of the underlying currency pairs, or both currency pairs, are just losing so much money in value that when you convert it back to US dollars, you're actually going to wind up with a lot less money. You're actually winding up with a loss. So, which is why the APY is so high, is to compensate investors for crazy stupid risk, which cannot be taken essentially. So incorporate Tether. But okay, so the French cucks and the European Union cucks all recognize the CIA-backed government in Myanmar. The United States surprisingly has not done that, so that's good. The CIA's decision to accept and use Tether could be a point of discussion among nations, especially at a time when the U.S. government is looking to impose strict stablecoin issuance policies. So this was actually a short article, but this YouTube auto chapter is going to be way too long, but whatever. So this is very good for us. On the one hand, the central banks and the CIA need Tether, but on the other hand, if they publicly come out and restrict stablecoins, this is going to cause a problem for them, right? So, they're going to have to kind of moderate their so-called strict stablecoin stance. And based on the December cryptocurrency hearing that took place on December 8th and I guess the 9th last week, I think it went really well because I haven't heard anything bad about it. So, and I looked at 10, 20 minutes of it on YouTube for highlights. They were very good. Patrick McHenry, the Republican from wherever, did a really good job with it. So, very, very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. I'm probably getting Thulian gear and I'm not. Let me see. Why does this keep showing up here? Alright, well, whatever. Alright. Monster bull move means whales could secure the next Bitcoin price surge. But yeah, this is very good. The CIA is backing a paused government in Myanmar to fight against the alpha Chad, alpha males of real Myanmar, the military coup. And they're using Tether. That's very good for us. At least in the short to medium term. Monster bull move means whales could secure the next price surge. Well, we will secure the next price surge because that's our compensation for having to deal with this stupid dipping F-wordry. The classic bull run forecasting metric goes full bull. You know, actually, I'm going to retweet myself. And I'm still alive. Well, yes, I am still alive, but I'm also still regularly live. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do this. Repost because I'm still there. Okay. A classic bull run, blah, 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 exposure. Bitcoin whales are at the center of attention this week. Okay, buying, selling. New crypto quant shows derivative investors leading the way when it comes to bullish bets on Bitcoin. Sick Bitcoin price indicator favors bulls. The second half of November produced a marked uptick in buy-sell ratio on derivative. Excuse me. And surprised I got the burp out. And for contributing analysis, this is a sure sign that price action will react positively in the near term. So it's from the way it sounds, the market manipulators are moving into buy calls on Bitcoin, and then they're going to push up the markets. I'm totally okay with that. I recently discovered the ratio of market buys and sells of perpetuals on derivative is a sick leading indicator. So this one's a new indicator. Oh, okay, so that gets a little downgraded. The data ties in with other recent observations from the exchange sphere, blah, blah, blah. Whale interest continued through the price correction from all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, we saw this last week. Like, George covered it. I might have tweeted it out. Yeah, Bitcoin illiquidity on exchanges. Yeah, Bitcoin reserves on exchanges is going down. Okay, they have less Bitcoin in their books than any time since 2017, the old high. Very, very bullish. Yeah, this is what's so annoying. There's so little Bitcoins out there and the price is still shit. So it's so annoying. Fed pressure on Bitcoin. The flip side already lies with stablecoins. Redemptions of those hit all-time highs with their own this week. Implications that whales are hedging exposure to Bitcoin. Not sure whales are cashing out ahead of the market's volume in response to the December 16th FOMC announcement. That's totally what it is. But that's also one of the uncertainties. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's why everyone's cashing the dollars right now. Right? That's why the US dollar Dixie is going up. Not as much, surprisingly, just went down a bit. Yeah, but stock markets are still bad. So far, we still be careful until, well, we will still be careful until some uncertainties are resolved. Yeah, Federal Reserve. This week, you see, the reason why I know all this stuff is because these people have constantly repeated it because that's actually what usually happens. That's what's been happening. This week, we'll see the U.S. Fed meet signals, blah, 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 quantitative easing, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so they're not saying it's all going to be lies. UK Intel chief raises concerns about China coin to control worldwide transactions. The chief of government communications headquarters, one of the big three Intels in UK, has raised concerns regarding China coin. Sir Jeremy Fleming stated, so he's knighted, so they say that the already existent China coin could be used to collect info from users and hypothetically control and filter global transactions. Oh, yeah, so you mean like you're just angry that France or yourselves or the American regime can't do the same thing. Yeah, you're just mad that China is already doing it. It's just like that scene in Pirates of Silicon Valley where Steve Jobs, it was towards the end of the movie, right? Steve Jobs was yelling at Bill Gates, says, "You stole from us," and Bill Gates is like, "Nah, man, you're just angry because Xerox, our rich neighbor, had the door open, and then, you know, you're angry that you could not steal from the house first," right? Implying that they're both thieving scumbags, and, you know, he does not have the moral high ground, which is totally true. Yeah, and that's exactly what this is. It's the same shit. Western society is just angry, the governments, that is. The Western governments, I should say, is just angry that they don't get to collect data and then oppress their own people, right? China wants to do is doing that first. And I'll tell you that China's not nearly as oppressive to their own citizens as, you know, obviously our governments are. Uh, Adoption. You know what? This is just like just fucking anti-China FUD bullshit. But I'm still gonna. I should cover it though, because again, anything that just embarrasses and weakens the American, I should say, their Western regimes, is a good thing for us, at least for now. Fleming idiot further explained that China promoting China Coin wallet is payment alternatives for Beijing Winter Olympics. Blah blah. Yeah, because you can't just do a stupid sanction. All right, your G word little sanctions that do nothing. The worries that Fleming shared are a result of dollars and investments in China, making recent fields in digital currencies. While some countries have penned essays about launching central bank coins, others have already done so. No country has established a pie as advanced as China's. Yeah, because China knows what's up. You know, our average IQ, again, is like, what, 115, 120. You know, we're not exactly stupid, right? And we don't have, we're not held back by shame or guilt, right? Which is usually a strength. It does have some flaws. China has stolen a march, investing heavily, blah, 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 yeah. So it's just a bunch of soy. I like the word that I found on Twitter, soy jack, right? The soy face menace is just angry that, a bunch of us tiny little Chinese people are like completely dominating them, which is why they want to kill us all in World War III to get rid of us. So, yeah, there is still a lack of framework to manage these kinds of cryptos. Globally, Beijing has not shown intentions of collaborating with other countries when it comes to that issue. However, Fleming remarked on the importance of open trade collaboration between the two nations. Yeah, why would China want to work with a H-word obsessed CIA-backed government hell-bent on destroying China? Yeah, it's kind of a mystery why they have no intention of collaborating with the UK or America or Canada or whatever. Right, so yeah. My God. Yeah, in a way, I do wish I could, stream on Cozy though, because we would have so much fun. We would have so much fun, and you guys would get richer too, which is equally important. But we'll let God deal with it. Analyst expects America to embrace crypto with proper regulations, quote unquote proper, in 2022. So basically next year. And a refreshed bull market. Analyst Mike with Bloomberg Intel has shared his outlook for crypto market. We expect America to embrace crypto next year. Blah blah. Bitcoin appears to be on a trajectory for 100 grand. The analyst, yeah, I mean that's what Plan B said, but he said it at the end of this month. Crypto market outlook, Bitcoin's price prediction. Blah 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 blah. We expect America to embrace crypto in 20. Okay, why are they repeating the same thing? The unlimited supply of fiat should sustain rising prices, notably in Bitcoin and Ethereum, which have limited supply. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. That's another reason why, I don't know if the guy's still here, but that's exactly why you don't want to sell your crypto. Because inflation is going to keep happening. The Federal Reserve and central banks throughout the whole world are going to keep printing their native fiat shit money, right? People forget about shit coins. What about shit money, right? Shit fiat. Because that's exactly what it is. Would be good to have you on Cozy. Yeah, I mean, I know that everyone really will like me on Cozy, so I don't know. Is Beardson still banned on Twitter? I have to go on my profile here. Because what Twitter is now doing is instead of deleting people, they're now just blocking people from accessing Twitter. So you get this error, right? Temporary restriction. I still can't believe Cheryl Atkinson even followed me. So yeah, I mean that works for me. Like the more important I look like on Twitter, the easier it'll be for me to. Oh man, they fucked him. I can't read that out loud. We are live. Okay, so he still kind of has access to his Twitter, and then okay. So what happened was they forced unfollowed him. Okay, I see what's happening. Twatter, man, twatter, just twatter, man. Let's see. Well, they haven't screwed over Tyler yet. Oh. Oh man, see, I knew it, man. I mean, Yoba should have known not to put the full N word in there. All right, but I can't follow that because this thing is okay. Twitter. Okay, I better not play that. Okay, I can't. So that's a problem. I also can't like or retweet anybody. Also, I didn't know he actually had a dog here. His dog. That's a. I forgot the word, but I know it's a type of poodle. But yeah, he has a nice dog. I'm still more of like a golden retriever slash Shiba Inu type of guy. If I had to have a dog, but that's because I'm like a white guy kind of guy on the inside essentially. I only have to worry about Chinese stuff because obviously I am Chinese genetically, so when a dangerous minority wants to blame me and kick me in the face because they blame us for coronavirus, they're not gonna look at the white guy. They're gonna look at me. So that's why I have to worry about this shit. And of course, the CIA and Satan wants to do World War III with China so that they can get rid of both the Chinese and the whites. Then they get a 2-for-1 there. Yep, LOL. Yes, LOL. Because I'm actually very entertaining if I did not have to worry about self-censoring myself so much, right? Nick Fuentes would, might be a little jealous if you really saw what I could really do, right? So, and I obviously don't want to, hurt Nick or make him feel jealous, but I really do have quite a bit of entertainment skills. I mean, I worked at, as an actor in New York City, right, which is basically Hollywood, right? Because New York City and Hollywood are the ones that produce all the movies and shows in America and really throughout the whole world. So, I'm trained to be entertaining, right? Which is why we're all banned essentially. Well, that's how it goes. One day I do foresee that I could be Johnson Chan unleashed. It's and then every single tribal would just seethe and froth at the mouth that we gave you everything. We let you stay on Twitter. We let you be on YouTube, and you stabbed us in the back. You ungrateful little Chinaman. And it's like, yeah, well, whatever. I better not say anymore because I don't want to get flagged. But you get the idea. I'm sure you guys can really picture what would happen. That's gonna be so nice someday, if it ever happens. But anyway, getting back to this. Furthermore, subnormalization in stock market returns, continued decline in U.S. Treasury, bond yields, and China, Bitcoin, and blah blah blah. Wait, what? Subnormalization in equity markets and a continued decline in U.S. Treasury bonds may shine on Bitcoin and Ethereum portfolios. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of stability would help. But I mean, if people are going into bonds, that means money is leaving the markets and going into debt markets, and they're going into bonds. But sometimes, we have seen a couple of situations where people are afraid they buy bonds, but cryptocurrencies go up. So that was first share. Key question for you, Pico Dairy. The answer to 2022 is whether it's peaking or simply a consolidating bull market. Well, we already know the answer. It's consolidating. It's likely to be 50 to 100K support and resistance in next year. I like how this paragraph literally contradicts itself, essentially. I also need to blow my nose. And are we almost at the end of the article? Yeah, because we're at like what, an hour and 33 minutes. Regarding whether the price of Bitcoin will hit 100 grand, the analyst emphasized we see it more as a question of time, notably due to economic basics and increasing demand versus decreasing supply. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much BS and manipulation going on that's why we're not getting the price action we should be seeing. But it will happen. I mean, at this point, I might even say that this might go into 2023. And because the Federal Reserve is still going to keep hyperprinting money and they're still buying up assets, there's a possibility. I don't know how, for now it's still pretty low, but there's a possibility that crypto markets will just never go back down. They'll definitely keep dipping and pull back, but it'll just slowly go up over time, especially as the entire world keeps, embracing cryptocurrencies. And don't forget, you have El Salvador too. So far he's basically just, he destroyed Joe Biden, right? Basically revealing the tweets that he was being threatened by the CIA or whatever. And now the Biden administration is seething and coping and getting angry, right? Because because everyone's angry at El Salvador for adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. That directly challenges the status of the U.S. dollar and the U.S. as a reserve currency. Basically, what that really means is the central banks have lost control over El Salvador's money supply, and they're really angry about that. Because if the central bank cannot control your money, Satan cannot control you. The CIA cannot control you because your money is actually honest, right? You're not taking orders from, the tribe. So unlike, pieces of shit in Con Inc., right, for example. But, we could always talk about that another day. So we are at 1 hour and 35. All right, so it's 12:14. I actually did enjoy the stream a lot. So that's why I like having a chat, because I actually like talking with chat. It makes it so much more enjoyable. Right? This used to be what it was before all the censorship happened. It's a real shame. And, instead of making my movie, which ultimately I shelved and basically did nothing with, I wonder what would happen if I had instead just done streams on YouTube at the time. Right? This was back in 2011, 2012, 2013. Back when it was all free speech. I would have made a political channel. It would have been really good, and I could have been a big player today. But I guess better late than never. All right. So, all right. Anyway, I need to go. I need to eat or make food. I probably want to catch up a little bit on my video games, and then this window is still open. And then I don't know. I don't know. What do I really have to do today? Oh, good. So Metaverse Pro is bouncing back up from 240. Actually, before we go, I do need. Oh, great. I have to type this back in. That's the only crappy part about this website. I have to constantly retype in everything here. And I don't see a thing where I can register or have an account here, so I could save these settings. So I don't have to keep doing this. All right, so just want to look at this before we stop. So consolidation's at 237.80 cents. So let's just say 238. Okay. So I should be seeing a lot of red candles bouncing up and down. I call them red lollipops. Right? That's what like this. This is like a red lollipop. I should be seeing a lot of this with the actual lollipop structure candle resting comfortably on this blue line, and then hopefully by then this stupid MACD will stabilize. Yeah, we'll have to see what the new Diamond Hand Club thing does. All right. So anyway, if you don't know what any of this stuff is, DeFi yield farming, because that's how I make my money, right? My day-to-day stuff. Again, do something. Go on, I know you have to use YouTube. Oh, actually, hold on a second. This guy is also this guy I also occasionally get my Bitcoin news from. He's very good. He's also very good. My guy's at 576K now. This guy is going off. So how I feel about this is 13 years ago. So he basically does like 2 videos a week, 6.5 days a week, because he takes Friday or Saturday off. But he does very good analysis of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, very good technical stuff. So you definitely should check out Cryptos RS. But anyway, how to actually not even make money. How to DeFi yield farm. And we'll do Pancake Swap, because this is also on the Binance Smart Chain. So just go like how to DeFi yield farm Pancake Swap. You can pick any video, but I'm gonna assume we would prefer. I better be careful how I say this. I tend to gravitate towards just watching white men do this, but I mean, I guess you could see a Chinese guy do it too, assuming his microphone is clear. So, ultimate yield farming guide for Binance Smart Chain, a package out to quickly okay. Yeah, this is a good one. All right. 17 minutes, 22 seconds. Yeah, yield farming versus staking. All right. How to use Pancake Swap DEX and yield farming. So this is exactly what you would look for.
You swap tokens and passive income.
Hey, and bonus points. He's got a British accent or something equivalent to that. So Pancake Swap tutorial. Connect your MetaMask. This is. I'm going to tweet this. Let's go back over here. I effing love this. I love this so much. I never want to take this pinned tweet down. how to make money DeFi yield farming on dexes like Pancake Swap. This is required trading in order to yield those high APYs that I do for my income. I want to say large. Try big. Yeah, because this is very specifically and technical, and I don't want to have to do all the crap. So that's why I'd rather just have you guys just watch something like this. Great. I think I fucked up the tweet. If I were to yield those that I do for my yeah, I fucked up. And to follow my DeFi farming strategies. Okay. I'll just delete this tweet. Fuck. People are already liking and retweeting it. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to delete this. This is required training in order to yield those high APR that I do for my big income every day and to follow my DeFi farming strategy. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, see, so it is working, right? Getting more followers. I'm getting around the stupid whatever, right? The stupid shadow band. People are still yelling at this liberal that I blocked because I just can't. I don't want stupid people like infesting my mind with their stupid liberal ideas, because then I'll become stupid like them. Even of course, I see this is wrong. Yep, sure. I don't know. What did I say? We know what you're. Oh yeah, that's that. Okay, Pfizer documents. Okay, well at least the Pfizer document thing seems to be getting around. That's important and good. You are a spam F word. You're gonna get reported and blocked. These people are so annoying. Okay, very good. All right, let's go back to me. All right. Okay. All right. So just go watch something like that. Yeah, this is perfect. This covers everything. Oh, thank God. Thank God. See, this is why they want to push, hyper diversity, because they want to take away good content like this, right? Clean, simple, organized, specific, detailed. You know exactly what you need, where you want it. This is just perfect. All right. So it's on my Twitter. It's on my Gab. So just spread it around, right? Because whenever people need to ask, Johnson, how can I follow you? Point them to that, because they need to do that in order to understand what the hell I'm talking about here. Because I don't want to keep going back to the the basics here. So yeah, all right. So anyway, I'm gonna go finally, and I don't know. Eventually, when this channel gets bigger, if it ever does. We can always have a nice little Q&A session too. So, but obviously, this is still a very small channel, but yeah, definitely get my stuff out there, right? Because I can't really, I can't run ads for something like this essentially because it's too expensive. I wouldn't even. Yeah, it's basically just too expensive, and really, I just have to rely on you guys to get everyone here, especially on Twitter, right? Because I think it'll keep you guys safe because you'll be tweeting something that's not political. Well, technically not political because everything's Bitcoin crypto. So that'll help because that's part of the algorithm for whether they need to ban you or not. Is what do you tweet? So they actually see you tweeting things that are not related to, based America First politics. It's oh, he tweets other stuff. Yeah, that keeps you safe. All right, I'm living proof of that. Now, how long that'll last, who the hell knows? But obviously it works. And on top of that, you do actually need to get this stuff out there anyway. So you get a 2 or 3 for 1, birds for one stone kind of thing going on. And obviously, it's the way to actually help me out because I'm not interested in your money, right? Eventually, I'll have a donation thing or whatever, but much more just incentivized to just simply help people. Right? I want to help the right kind of people, that is, so that, we can hopefully get our country and really this world back from stupid Satan. All right, I've talked enough. I'll see you all tomorrow after the markets close around 4 o'clock, 4:30 p.m. New York City time. And I'm going to go make some food. All right, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.